Hey, 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 everybody, and good morning. Hello, hello. Welcome to Push Positive Live. We're here weekly, Tuesday morning, Eastern Standard Time at 11 a.m. My name is Melissa Jakubovic. If you don't already know me, I'm an author, health, and life coach here at mycoachmelissa.com, and I am so grateful to have you on my Push Positive Live broadcast. Type in the comments. If you are watching live, type in the word live. And if you are watching the replay, type in the word replay. So today's topic is how to prevent stress and anxiety, things that almost everybody experiences. I don't know anyone. I've never met anyone in my life who has never experienced stress before. And I've met thousands of people who have experienced anxiety, whether it's chronic anxiety or acute anxiety. We are all human. We have anxieties. We have stress, and it's just a reality of life. But it doesn't have to define who you are, and it doesn't have to create a negative life experience for you. So there are ways to prevent stress and anxiety, and I want to just come and give you a bunch of different tips and tricks that I've used in my life or that I've helped my clients use to overcome the negative, stressful lifestyle that they have. And I personally do have a lot of stress in my life. I'm the owner of 5 different companies, and I run marketing for lots of other companies, so I'm very, very busy. I'm also a single mom of 2 of the best boys in the world, and I have a lot of family things going on as well. So extremely busy sometimes equals extremely stressed out, and it's important to take time to relax, time to revive and rejuvenate yourself. And I'm going to give you some of my best tips. Before we do that, I like to start off my Push Positive broadcast each week with a breathing exercise, usually related to the theme. And so I have a great breathing exercise for you called 4-7-8 that I use when I teach yoga, and it really does help reduce stress and anxiety. So let's go. So what I want you to do is, if you are not driving and you're sitting, I want you to sit up nice and tall, shake your shoulders, bring them back away from your ears so those shoulder blades behind your back are locked in and hugging. Now, if you're driving, you can rewatch this part later. You can join us in for the breathing part of this exercise. And if you're lying down, you can do this as well. Lay out nice and flat. Put your palms facing the ceiling, hands by your side, and just tilt your head back. So I want you to relax. Take a deep breath in and let it all out. There you go. Now, 4-7-8. That's the name of this breathing exercise. We're going to exhale all of our air out before we begin to just start clean slated. And then the 4 is a count of 4 where we're going to inhale. Now, all inhaling comes from our mouth, from our nose. So we're going to inhale through the nose. That's going to be on our 4 count. And then we're going to exhale, or we're going to hold, for 7. So you're going to hold for a count of 7. And then the 8 is the exhale, and that's through the mouth. And then you're going to make a whoosh sound. So it's going to be so that's the 4-7-8. Now what I want you to do with your tongue is take the tip of your tongue and put it on the inside of where your teeth meet, right here, like this. And that's what you're going to do while you're breathing. Okay? Now, I'm going to try and speak through this to explain what's happening, but I can't breathe and speak at the same time, so maybe I'll just count for you. But I'll do one for you first. So the 4, 7, and 8 is 1 cycle of breath, and we're going to do 4 cycles total to relieve the stress and anxiety. And this 4-7-8 method is really, really powerful. It's known to reduce your stress. It's also known to lower your blood pressure. It slows down your heart rate. It helps with your digestive issues if you have any. Now, I do want to say that it could make you feel a little bit lightheaded the first few times that you try it. If you have anxiety about breathing, then this might not be the right exercise for you. If you have anxiety about anything other than breathing, then this is definitely a helpful exercise. And also, over time, when you do this exercise more frequently, it doesn't make you dizzy, and it does help you relax your body, fix your digestive issues, and have mental clarity. And also, if you suffer from insomnia or you wake up in the middle of the night and you just can't sleep and you're tossing and turning, doing this breathing exercise with the cycle of 4 will relax you so much that you will easily fall back to sleep. So this is something I recommend that you try twice a day, once in the morning and once at night, for a full cycle of 4 breaths. So let's do it. Let's start with a clean slate. Exhale through the mouth. Let it all out. Now we're going to inhale on 4, enough air to hold for 7. So we want to inhale through the nose for 4, hold for 7, and exhale for 8 through the mouth. Inhale 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale 8. Inhale for 4. And hold. Exhale for 8. Last time. In. Hold. Exhale. And now just breathe normally. If you feel a little lightheaded or dizzy, that's okay. This has calmed you. It's a little bit challenging to speak after doing this because it has created this inner sense of calm. Okay, so I want you to try this. Try this before you scream at your children. Try this before you get into a fight with your partner. Try this before you rip all your hair out. This breathing exercise really does center you, and it's really important to add it to your life. Now, if you do this religiously twice a day, once in the morning and once in the night, for let's say 6 weeks, your life will change. I want you to try it and let me know how it goes. Okay, let's get into it. Stress and anxiety. Here are some tips that I suggest you can try to relieve this sort of tension and negative feeling from your life. First of all, taking deep breaths. You can do the 4-7-8 breathing exercise I just taught you, or you can just take a nice big, deep, clean, refreshing breath. Sigh, just let it all out. That's going to relax you. It's going to relieve you of a lot of stress. Now, if you have built up stress over time, one deep breath isn't going to relieve that. So you need to do that even more frequently, or you need to add in some of these other tips and tricks. Slowly counting to 10 is a great one. So if you think you're about to lose your mind, you are so stressful or you're so anxious, stop and count to 10. Do nothing but count. 1, 2, 3. You can close your eyes. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then go into the next activity of your life and hopefully approach that situation a little bit more calmly. Another thing you can do is something very nice for someone else or volunteer. A lot of times when we're experiencing stress and anxiety, we are internalizing everything. We are thinking a lot of thoughts. We are multitasking. We feel stressed out, frustrated, overwhelmed. When you put that aside and you help somebody else with the problem they're having, your problems seem a little bit smaller. Or you're focusing all your energy in this other direction, so you're not focused here in the frustrated, overwhelmed, multitasking, crazy lady stage or crazy man stage. So helping someone else and volunteering really focuses your energy in a different way and will help you overcome your stress and anxiety. Of course, doing things of relaxation, like listening to music or meditating, taking a yoga class or doing some yoga at home, even just stretching. When you stretch your muscles and you reach out and you really stretch and you elongate your muscles, you are releasing the tension in your muscles. Hi, Khan. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thanks for hopping on. So you want to release the tension physically, because when you're having that emotional tension of stress and anxiety, or a mental tension, that is built up inside of your physical body. So releasing it physically, stretching, all of that really does help improve the circulation in your blood flow. It helps you relax. You know, when you just want that back massage because you're so tense, you can do that with some stretches and some yoga. So stretching is good. Massage is really, really good. It helps you get out of your head. And when you have emotional stress, don't think for 1 second that has nothing to do with your physical body, because it absolutely does. It weighs down on you. When people say it feels like I'm holding a boulder on my shoulders from the stress, that's an actual feeling, because you're holding this mental stress, this emotional stress, but it's physically weighing you down. So you want to sit up nice and tall, and you want to move your body so that you can move that stress out of your body. Also, if you're really feeling overwhelmed, I encourage you to talk to someone around you. Thanks for all the love. Oh, that's so pretty. I love it. Thank you. I encourage you to talk to people about your feelings. Holding those feelings inside and being like, no one wants to hear my problems. No, I don't want to express myself. All it does is build up more and more stress. But once you get it off your chest, you rant, you say what's on your mind, then you are starting to relieve that stress. So I highly recommend you speak to a close friend or a family member about your overwhelm, and let your friends and family know what they can do to help you. Maybe you're just overwhelmed because you have too many things on your plate, and maybe there's a friend who can just help you with taking some of those things off of your plate, and that is a huge relief. So be open and honest about what other people can do for you. They can't read your mind. So the only way for them to know that you need their help is for you to let them know. So don't be shy. And the worst thing that they could do is say, nope, I can't do it. Okay, at least you asked. But if you don't ask, you don't let them know what you need, then the worst that could happen is all these people are ready to help you, and you're keeping that stress inside. You're creating that stress for yourself. So it doesn't hurt to ask, and I encourage you to do that. Fitness and exercise is super important. It doesn't matter if you're a fitness guru, if you're a gym rat, or if you've never worked out a day in your life. Just moving and getting your heart rate going is so beneficial to your body, to your mind, to your overall general spirit of the day. You know, you can go for a little jog. I personally hate running. My knees are really bad from being a dancer, but even just a walk, or you can lift some weights. You could do anything. And once you do it, it might suck if you're not used to it while it's happening, but as soon as it's over, something shifts in your brain and you've released these chemicals, these endorphins, and you feel on top of the world. You feel like you can accomplish everything, and you feel confident. And there is no other feeling better than confidence, because when you feel confident, you are walking around like, I can do anything I want. I can have anything I want. I can achieve everything. I can be successful. And those feelings are so strong and powerful that they can knock out all the feelings of stress, anxiety, frustration, overwhelm, and all the shit that we go through in our lives just by one workout, one fitness routine, going to a dance class at a local gym, putting on a YouTube video. So you definitely want to get moving. And if you don't have the motivation to do it, just start, because the motivation comes after you start. You can't be looking and waiting for motivation. It's not coming. Motivation doesn't just come because, oh, it hit me in the head, there's the motivation. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to start and do it. And once you're doing it in a routine and it's happening for you and you're seeing changes, that's where the motivation comes. The motivation to continue, the energy and excitement that goes in to seeing the changes happening. Then you're like, oh, I want to keep going and see what else I could do. That's where the motivation comes from. Another thing you can do to relieve your stress and anxiety is to just be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient that things are coming in your direction. Be patient that you will have to work through all these things on your to-do list. They're not just going to happen like that. But if you're patient and you work step by step through them and take them on in little bite-sized chunks, eventually they will relieve themselves. You will reach the end of the tunnel and you will see that light and go, oh, it's done. So these things don't happen until you work through them. So be patient while you're working through them. Another good one is a warm bath. I know a lot of people like to take nice warm baths with some bubbles, maybe some floating candles, maybe some nice scented things that spark inspiration. I'm personally not a bath fan. I just don't like the feeling of it. Although I do love the jacuzzi. I love hot showers. I think hot water in general really relaxes the body. Also, when you get a massage, if you do a hot stone massage, those hot stones, as soon as they go on your back, it's like, oh, there's no stress in the world. Where did it go? It never existed. Something about hot is really calming. So if you are the type of person who likes hot baths, or maybe you thought you did but haven't really taken one in 20 years because you're like, oh, I'm too overwhelmed, I have a million kids. Listen, take the time and do it. Set a half hour of time and take some alone time and take a hot bath and see if that relaxes you, because I'm pretty sure that it will. Also writing in your journal, writing your thoughts, maybe writing a poem, maybe writing what happened today, writing what you're grateful for, just getting thoughts out of your head and onto a piece of paper is very relaxing, very therapeutic. So I encourage you to write, even if you're not a good writer. It's irrelevant. No one else is going to read it. It's just for you. It's just to get things off of your chest. So I want you to write. Write your thoughts. Think about what happened today. Think about situations that you could have improved or done differently, and write about them. And if you want, an added bonus is to go back and read them months later, or the next time you're feeling so stressed, you can read them and be like, oh, you know what? I was feeling equally as stressed or even more stressed than I am now, and I got through it. And that will help you remember that you'll get through this too. Sleeping, really important. If you're not sleeping, then everything starts to irritate you more. If you're not eating well, everything starts to get to you. Have you ever been so hungry that now you're mad at everybody, you're hangry? You can get that with sleeping too. A lack of sleep can make you so irritable that you don't want to deal with people. You don't want to deal with your problems. You don't want to work on the things on your to-do list. And you've created more and more stress and more anxiety for yourself. So you want to get a good night's rest as often as you can. I know as adults with all of our to-do lists and family obligations and work responsibilities that it is a little bit more challenging, but if you make time for it, you can make it happen. Drinking green tea or any type of tea is also very relaxing. This might have to do with the heat that I was talking about before, where heat is relaxing, but drinking tea is a relaxing activity. Drinking coffee, not so much, because it could make you a little jittery, right? So you want to drink tea to calm yourself and relax yourself. And you could pick whichever flavor you like. Green tea is known for relaxation, but if there's another flavor that you like, you can even do research. What are the most calming teas? You might find one that you really enjoy. I do guided meditations for my clients, and one of their favorite ones is Muscle Relax. And Muscle Relax is where you're consciously thinking of all the different muscles in your body, starting with your toes and then going to your ankles and then moving up to your calves and then your knees and then your thighs and your hips and your stomach, and you're moving up the body. And what you're doing is you're tensing the muscle as tight as you can, really, really hard, and then letting it go. And what happens is the blood just relaxes. The blood just flows and your arm just relaxes. So like you can tense the muscle, tense, and relax. And you can tighten your toes and relax them. So this muscle relaxation, tensing and relaxing and tensing and relaxing, really does release all of the tension in your body. It helps the blood flow. So I have a guided meditation for that. If you're interested in learning more about it, you can comment below or message me and I can talk to you about it. But you can do it on your own. Just start at your toes and move up. First your toes, then your feet, then your ankles, then your calves, then your knees and your thighs, and move all the way up the body, tensing one thing at a time, really, 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 really tight, and then letting it go. And that's going to relieve some of the tension. Creative visualization is also really cool. So you have to be creative of what could make you feel so excited and so happy that you just can't hold it in anymore. What is that? Be creative about it, and then I want you to visualize it. So is this that someone's going to ring the doorbell and tell you that you've won $10 million? Is that what you want? Because if that's what you want, and then you visualize it happening, and you can just be like, I can't even hold it in anymore, I'm so excited. That is going to offset the stress, the anxiety, the negative tension that you have, and create this excitement, butterflies in your stomach feeling. So creative visualization is a great way to take you out of the situation you're currently in and momentarily place you somewhere else. Think of children. They are constantly doing creative visualizations. They're imagining that the girls like have tea parties, and they're like, the queen is here to have tea with us. Or maybe you're a little child and you think like, I'm a fireman and I'm going to save the world. And they act these things out with each other. If you ever watch little children play with each other, it's amazing where their imagination takes them. And as adults, we have imagination, but we're so busy with all the crappy stuff that we have to deal with in our life and all the responsibilities that we don't have time. We don't give ourselves time to be imaginative. I don't know if that's a word. But what I want you to do is make time for that and consciously think about visualizing things and using your imagination to bring your energy to a place of happiness. So that could be, I just won $1 million. That could be that your favorite celebrity just called you on the phone and invited you out to lunch. Like, hello? Oh my gosh, yes, I want to go. And that takes you to this place of pure excitement, and that offsets the stress and the anxiety. You could rub a tennis ball or a golf ball underneath your foot. You just put the ball on the floor and then let your foot roll over it. That's kind of like the muscle tension relaxing that I was talking about. Brushing your hair, even if you brushed it already today, just the feeling of the brush. Or I have this tool here, which I love. I know some people hate this, but you just put it in your hair and it like tickles all the little nerves in your spine that you didn't even know you really had. That is calming. Now my hair's a mess, but that's calming, right? So you do this and it can relax you. So I recommend doing that too. Dancing, put on some music and just pretend that no one else is around but you and the music, and really go for it. Go for it. Sing at the top of your lungs. Dance your heart out. Nobody's watching, and if they are, well, they get a free show. So just dance because it relaxes you. It releases the energy. All of that tension and stress that's inside of you is painful when it's inside of you. It's bad for your health when it's inside of you, and it can cause you to feel negative. So what you are trying to do with all these things is to release it, get it out of you. When you dance, it's like you're pushing it out. So dance. Even if you're not a dancer, just do it. And if you used to be a dancer and haven't danced in years, I encourage you to shut the bedroom door. Don't let anyone know what you're doing. Lock it so no one comes in, and blast that music and go for it. And it's fun. It'll be an enjoyable thing. Or go out clubbing with your friends if you want, even if you haven't done that in a while. You don't have to dance alone. Aromatherapy, that's really good. You can light some incense. You can use some oils. Sometimes they have like these aromatherapy things that we plug it in, you put some drops of oil in, and the smell like dissipates into the area, and it just feels so relaxing and calming. So find a scent that works well for you. Lavender is a calming scent. Rosemary is kind of cool. Lemon, citrus, it depends what you enjoy, but put that out into the world. Maybe like sage, you can burn some sage or some incense. So think about a scent that calms you and surround yourself with it. If you have a salt lamp, put a salt lamp on. That actually absorbs the negative energy around you as well. And here's a good one, positive self-talk. So you want to remember that you will get through this. This is not the end of your life because you're stressed out right now. You will get through it, even if you don't see that you will get through it right now. And I'm sure there have been other times in your life where you've been extremely stressed out before and you're like, there's no way I can make it through. I know, because I felt that way too many times in my life. And look, I'm here, I'm alive, I'm standing, I'm well. I made it through, and I'm sure you have too. And if you're here now and you're an adult, you've had life experiences that have caused you stress or anxiety or frustration or overwhelm, and you've made it through. So when you're going through these negative, rough patches, again, I want you to look back on the times where you did successfully make it through, and remember that you will make it through this as well. And so that positive self-talk, having maybe a positive affirmation, is really helpful. So you can tell yourself how you're supposed to think and feel, which will then in turn help you actually create those thoughts, which create the actions that go with it and the behaviors. Thanks for the love, guys. So positive self-talk, a positive affirmation that you could say is, this feeling will pass. And now you're telling yourself as if your friend is telling you, but you are doing a self-soothing ritual where you're telling yourself as if you are your friend, this feeling will pass. It's okay. Calm down. This feeling, it won't be here forever. It will pass. And that's kind of like you're reassuring yourself. Another one you can say is, I will get through this. I will get through this. It's positive, it's an affirmation, and now that you've told yourself, you need to believe it. You need to say, you know what? You're right. You're right, Melissa. You will get through this. Talk to yourself. I will get through this. So say those things to yourself. Write them down if you want. Write them on your mirror in your bathroom. My entire bathroom mirror is filled with dry erase marker messages that I change all the time. I leave them for my kids. I leave them for myself. If you are stuck somewhere, put a positive affirmation up so you can constantly see it. You will get through this. Or you could say, I will get through this. This feeling will pass. I hope these tips and tricks have helped you. Maybe some of them you didn't know before, so maybe you learned something new today. If you missed the beginning of this live broadcast, you can check out the 4-7-8 breathing exercise that I taught you about and I teach in my yoga classes. So you can go watch the beginning if you missed it and try to use that twice a day for a 4-breath cycle up to 2 times a day. Don't exceed that. And just remember that if it does make you dizzy, that's okay. Don't do it when you're driving. It will eventually not make you dizzy. And so your anxiety and your stress will be relieved when you do that 4-7-8 breathing exercise. So if you missed it, go back to the beginning. Thank you guys for being here. I love when you guys pop on. If you enjoyed this, share it with your friends, and I will see you next time for Push Positive Live, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays. Thanks for all the love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.